Welcome to Now. I'm your host, Curtis Parody, and uh-oh, I think I feel a storm coming. Today's episode of Now is a special one. If you haven't heard, I spent a day recently at Electronic Arts with 13 other fans from around the world for a special Sims 3 community event. So this episode is all about my time there. Let's start from the beginning, even though many of you might want me to skip towards, a certain part that involves the umbrella that you've seen in the intro, but I'm saving that for later. I, along with 13 other fans from around the world, started our day at EA with a simple breakfast in the Electronic Arts cafeteria, where we were first met by many of the people who create the game that we all love. Many of the sim gurus were there along with others to meet and talk to. After our quick breakfast, we were off on a tour around the campus. We were shown through many of the different buildings at Electronic Arts, including the sound recording studio where they created Simlish. From there, we were off to our community room. This room was set up with computers for each of us, along with a large section for the gurus. We were then shown a presentation about Supernatural hosted by Sim Guru Aaron and Sim Guru Megan, with some actual gameplay, and then it was time for a Q&A surrounding the game. Like, is the lunar cycle customizable? To which they answered, yes. If you wish, you can set up the full moon almost every night. How about if you create a ghost? Can you choose the type of death? Yep, you can choose which color they are by an interesting actual tombstone selector. Are you looking to create a sim with a new unique skin color? Well, now the rainbow slider will give your Sims that skin color they've always wanted. When you enter the town of Moonlight Falls, there are also some interesting new things. There are new areas for each new Supernatural. Now, these areas are not set so that you can only go there, but they cater more to possibly like a vampire than anyone else. If you have a werewolf sim and you want them to transform and it's unfortunately not a full moon, well, with a simple click of a button, you can actually do this. It's actually really cool. Fairies are an interesting new addition to the game, and they come with some cool new powers. They're capable of granting wishes, obviously playing pranks on other Sims, and they can even make other Sims fly. If you're more into the zombie aspect of the game, then you won't be disappointed. I noticed some amazing animations surrounding the zombies, and if you get the special edition of Supernatural, you get the Plants vs. Zombies pea shooter to help defend your house during a zombie attack. They happen, trust me, you'll start to love that little pea shooter. After the Q&A session, it was time to actually get our hands on the game. So we all logged into the game and started to explore. I went straight into the build by mode to see what's new because as a builder, I'm looking for the new objects for my houses, and let's just say I was not disappointed. There are tons of new items for your Sims to enjoy. I was really surprised and happy to see them all, and it's great to have an expansion pack add so much to the game. After I spent much time in the build and buy mode, I decided it was time to take my new magical self out on the town to see what I could find. The first thing you'll notice about Moonlight Falls is the size. The world is very large, many new areas to explore and enjoy. It's also very spread out, nothing too close together, there's plenty of space between places, but hey, if you have a problem getting around the town, why not just get this brand new broomstick out and then you can fly to any destination? Or you could just take this interesting contraption. When I seen it in the build buy mode, I immediately asked the gurus if they were, Doctor Who fans. The answer to that question seems to be a yes. You can take this interesting telephone booth around the town. It will teleport you to any lot containing a similar telephone booth, so it's kind of like teleporter to teleporter. As for the lots around town, you'll find new rabbit holes for all the new professions, and a number of great places for your Sims to hang out no matter what Supernatural they are. Overall, I was quite impressed with Supernatural. It includes many new interactions and objects galore. I just can't wait to pick up my copy of the game. But just wait, that's not all that we got to see. This was the big secret of the event. Right after we finished playing Supernatural, the doors swung open and in comes Sim Guru Ryan with one of these. And bam! I, along with the other attendees, instantly knew what was going on! Seasons has officially arrived for The Sims 3 and I almost passed out, not going to lie. I was literally like freaking out internally and then externally, and I'm pretty sure I was really loud, but I'm always a really loud person, so that just kind of really happens and I talk really, really fast and Seasons! So yeah, I was pretty happy to see that The Sims would be able to experience the world of weather, but of course, that's not all. Seasons is more than just weather. Your Sims can now partake in new seasonal events in the summer, fall, winter, and spring. Each season comes with its own special event that your Sims can have fun at. These new events also come with some awesome new objects and lots. These new objects and lots will actually change their content based on the season at hand. If it's winter, maybe it'll be a snowboarding half pipe, but then it would change into a picnic area for the summer. Your neighborhood changes all around your Sims. So let's walk through some of the things I know about the game. All the seasons can be controlled by the players. So if you want winter for, let's say, 2 days, you can set it for just that. But if you want winter all the time, then sure, why not? Maybe you would rather have fall or summer. It's all easily changed and fits the player's needs and wants. If your Sims stay outside too long in the winter though, look out! You could get cold and even possibly freeze to death. One of the ways to prevent them from actually freezing to death is by using the new outerwear. This is a new section for your Sims to choose clothing from, to which will prevent your Sims from dying of a horrible cold death. If you're wondering how all these seasons will affect your harvestables, well, don't worry. Just like real plants, they will go into a dormant winter stage. A big thing I've been waiting for is diving boards and swimming in the ocean, both of which will be arriving in this game. And the cool thing about swimming in the ocean is that your Sims can swim out as far as they would like, so technically, you could visit the Lighthouse Island in Sunset Valley. Along with swimming in the ocean, your Sims will have new objects to interact with the ocean water, like floaty chairs, surfboards, and possibly boats. When I asked about boats, they actually really didn't give me a solid answer. They said there were objects that worked in the water. One thing that's still unknown about the game is how lots that enter the ocean will actually work. I asked the Sim Gurus, but they didn't really have a definite answer. And the last thing you'll notice about the game trailer is the return of aliens to The Sims 3. When I asked the Sim Guru Ryan about the return of aliens to The Sims 3 and about if, they'll get pregnant if they get, abducted into space, he didn't give me a definitive answer, but he did tell me he was a big fan of aliens in the past. So, a fan of aliens, you can't get rid of that, so I'm gonna just flat out say it, that if your male Sim gets abducted, you're probably gonna get pregnant. We'll put that at like an 85% chance. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. Now for an interesting segment of this show. I turned to my Facebook page yesterday, facebook.com/The Curtis Parody Show, and I asked if you had any questions about my trip, Supernatural, or seasons. Well, now I'm going to answer some of those questions. No, there is no new town because each town gets this update. There will be new community lots though to take in advantage of many of the new parts of seasons. Yes, I found Supernatural to be great, very interesting, and full of so much new gameplay. You're gonna love it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say about an 8, as I'm not a huge fan of magic and such in my games, but I love all of the new content in the game, and seasons will surpass all of your expectations. This is an interesting question. I kind of talked about this before. I'm not really sure to the answer. When I asked the Sim Gurus about it, they didn't really know either. So for right now, I'm gonna say maybe. It's hard to tell. The entire town will be affected by weather except for any World Adventure worlds. They are immune from weather. So far there is freezing to death that I know of, but I would hope that there would be more. Maybe if your Sim goes out and they're surfing, they get attacked by a shark. That would be kind of cool. No, they did not, and frankly I didn't want to really ask them because I was too excited. They did say that they have been working on seasons for over a year now. Yes, Supernatural has tons and tons of items. You will be happy until seasons arrives in which, you'll get more and more items and it's just gonna be great, and then it's gonna snow and it's gonna hail and yes! I'm not sure. I would assume it's somewhere in there because how could you have the Sims freeze to death unless their body temperature is really low? So there's got to be a way to judge it. No, sorry, no Christmas, but there are other events similar to Christmas and other holidays. They can't really, do Christmas and Easter and all that stuff, but the Sims have their own because, it's their own world with their own language. They have their own holidays too. They do change depending on the season, but this is accomplished by placing objects that change by the season. So, if you place a half pipe for snowboarding, maybe that changes into a picnic area in summer, and then in the fall it's an area where you can hunt for, I don't know, Easter eggs. And then in the spring, I don't know, maybe it's something else. I don't know, maybe they all change. It's just an object you place and then different items pop up with each season. Well, if your PC doesn't meet the minimum system requirements, then yep. Yes, this is one thing that I noticed. Any skylights will let seasons in. So, basically, some of my houses will have issues. And that's some of the questions you guys had for me. So I'm hoping to actually host a live stream soon to answer more questions about the games, my trip, and everything else. So keep checking my Facebook page at facebook.com/The Curtis Parody Show, my Twitter page, twitter.com/Curtis Parody, and my Google Plus page. There is a link to all of that and more in the description below, just like every other episode. So now I have one question for all of you. Which expansion pack are you looking forward to more? Supernatural or Seasons? Tell me in the comments section below on this video, or you can let me know on my Facebook page, my Twitter, or my Google+. All of those links and more are in the description below. Now when you're done commenting, why not click the subscribe button above, or right in that corner so that all the newest episodes of Now get sent straight to you. Then click the like button because you like this video, you like the content in it, or you liked me. One of the three. And before I go, I want to thank the entire group at EA for inviting me to attend this amazing event. To all the sim gurus who answered all of our questions and refused to answer others because, well, they couldn't talk about them, even though I continued to ask. Thanks for everything. I had an amazing time visiting your campus where the game is created, meeting the people who create the game I love, and meeting other fans who share the passion that I have for this game. Thanks for the opportunity, EA, and I hope you'll keep me in mind in the future for any other events you're looking to host. I'm Curtis Parody, and that's what's happening now.